What is up, everybody? I'm coming at you from the Camaro today. I'm on my way to work, and I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. I've had a few questions on it, and I thought I would make a quick review video of it and what I thought about it. So I have the 2019 3LT. The 3LT is new. It's a new trim for this year. And one of the things it does is give me this wonderful display up here, which I can change and do other stuff with as well. But that's like one of the main reasons I got the 3LT was this awesome screen here. So right now, as you can see, I've got 530 miles on it, and I'm averaging 25.3 miles to the gallon. And I'm not like light footing it all the time. It can definitely do a little better. But I am trying to take care of it while it's in its break-in period. I haven't floored it yet or anything. I'm still trying to take care of it. I think I'm doing an okay job. So yeah, it has this heads-up display, so I can see that I'm going 25 miles an hour behind a log truck. I got the adrenaline red seats. I think that is awesome. For mine, as you can see, the air vents and this shifter trim bezel are red. It does not come like that. I did that myself. Same as like over here in the far air vent. I may later end up doing some other pieces, like maybe this dash trim bezel that's like kind of chromy. Might do that in red later as well. Also got the dash cam. Say hi, dash cam. I also got the interior spectrum lighting. It's set to red right now. Obviously, it's in the cup holder. I keep it red because, you know, it matches, but yeah, you can do a bunch of other colors with that. You're not really going to hear the exhaust in this video very much because, one, I don't have the NPP system, and I'm also light footing it. I'm trying to keep good gas mileage for now while I go to work. And yeah, I do actually have an exhaust planned, and I will be posting that later if you're interested. But the reason I got the V6 over the 4-cylinder or the 8-cylinder, I love the sound of the V8, I really do, but it just wasn't the right choice for me. So I ended up going with the 6 because it's cheaper on gas, it's cheaper on insurance, it has plenty of power. And the reason I didn't go with the turbo was like two main reasons. Well, one, like the gas mileage really isn't that different from this one. Also, if you cruise in this one, it'll set itself into 4-cylinder mode and save you more gas, so that's cool. But the two main reasons are, one, I'm still iffy on turbos. Like, I know in the past, especially, a lot of turbo vehicles that ended up being like a lot more maintenance and having other problems, and I just didn't want to deal with that or risk it. And the other thing was the sound. Like, at least with the V6, when I put an aftermarket exhaust on this, I'm coming from another V6 muscle car, my old Mustang, and it sounded good to me. So I'd like it to sound, you know, pretty decent a little bit. This engine is actually a little bit smaller. This is a 3.6. My Mustang had the 3.8 in it. But obviously this makes a bunch more power. So I'm going to have more fun with this. But I'll see how it sounds after I put something on there. I'm still not 100% set, so we'll see. So far, this car is fantastic. It's got touring mode, sport mode, and like a snow and ice mode. It's on touring right now because, again, I'm trying to save gas. I'm trying to be like not tempted to do things. But in sport mode, it like tightens the steering. And when you take this thing around curves, it's just so like natural. It feels amazing. I know this was like the best handling of between the Camaro, the Mustang, and the Challenger. And man, this thing handles beautifully. It is a fantastico. So I only have 530 miles on it right now, so obviously I'm not like super in tune to everything this car can do, and I'm not gonna like really rip it around until after its break-in period. But my initial impressions on this thing, it's awesome. If you're like deciding whether to get the V6 or the V8, if it's really that big of a deal to you and you like really want a V8, then I mean, go for it, I guess. But there's nothing wrong with the 6. Like, honestly, this is a super capable car. I know for a while I was pressured into like, oh, if you get a muscle car, you gotta get a V8. It's V8 or die, right? And then like these people that are saying that mostly have like Toyota Corollas. So I'm like, your advice really isn't that important. But I mean, yeah, of course you'll be pressured into getting like get a V8, gotta get a muscle car, But like this 6 is so capable and so fast. Like this has more power than you're ever gonna need on the street. Now, if you're taking it to the track or taking it racing, that's different. You know, get a V8 then, I guess. But it's awesome to have this 6-cylinder that's like so refined and quiet, and it's just, well, I can't say quiet because when you get on the gas, it really does sound, and that's with the stock exhaust non-MVP system. It's still pretty nice. But I mean, like when you're just cruising around, it's quiet and refined, but it can still haul when it needs to. Sorry, I'm resting my hand on the steering wheel, so it's probably like making the camera vibrate. So yeah, this is just a quick overall review. I'm gonna get more into detail later. But right now I'm stuck in traffic, so that's nice. They're doing construction here, and we're gonna have to wait here for like an hour. So let me wait for this, and I'll be right back. So I also got the RS package, which comes with like a little bit of a lip blade spoiler looking thing, lip spoiler. I know it has like LED headlights. There's a few other things. I have the like blacked out bow ties, which I've taken the chrome trim around them and painted them red as well to kind of accent the car. And eventually I'll be doing some red caliper paint, you know, just to match this awesome interior that I can't really get a good video of because I don't know how to bend my hand properly. But if you're following my Instagram, you've seen pictures, and of course I'll throw some up on the screen. But I'm absolutely loving this car, and I know it's only been 500 miles, but what do you guys want to see from my next in-depth review, like after I've really taken it around and gotten some performance features and learn a little more about it? What do you guys want to see or know about this car? I hope also this video can get to people like debating on whether or not to buy this car versus, you know, something else or whatever. I hope you can learn a little bit, and if you have questions, for real, ask. Another thing is like the sound system. I have the Bose system in it. That was part of the 3LT package. The Bose sound system is actually really good. It's not like super audiophile level or anything, but like for what you get, it's nice. It's one of the best stock systems I've heard, especially in a car like of this level. The only like better stock systems I've heard were in like Audi S7s and like Mercedes-Benz like S-classes and stuff like that. I know a lot of that stuff is opinion too, but like when I sat in the Mustang and had its sound system, like it's good too, don't get me wrong, but I feel like this just sounds better. It sounds more realistic to me. So props to Bose on that. Also, this has that monitoring thing, like see that little green car down there? If I can focus the camera, maybe not. So it tells you like if you get too close to another car, and you can turn it off or set it at different levels. But it's like the collision warning. It uses the camera up here, that not my dash cam, but the thing my dash cam's attached to, that little black box. It's a camera on its own, and it can tell you when you're getting too close to another car. I think that's pretty cool. Like I keep it set on medium because when I had it on the long range, which the car came with, it beeped at me and like tried to warn me I was getting into a collision, like as I was slowing down behind a car. I mean, granted, he stopped fast, you know, whatever. But it wasn't like that intense, so I kind of turned it down. But yeah, it'll like beep and flash a thing up on the heads-up display showing that you're like too close. It's pretty cool. But if technology is not your thing, you can shut that off. It's whatever. I have a heated steering wheel, speaking of. It's that button right there, heated steering wheel. And of course, I have heated and cooled seats. Here's like the buttons for you, and of course you can do a bunch of things on there. It's got a ton of features. I still haven't figured everything out, but it's just got so much. And I do have the automatic 8-speed transmission. There's the traction control and mode selector switch as well. Let me see if I can do this for you guys. This is the technology display setting, which I personally like, but you can set it to the regular mode as well. So there it is, technology, and then go to standard. And then if you go back, that's like how it normally looks. It's kind of more like the original Camaro style. So this one shows you 2 extra gauges than the other one does, but I really don't care for the oil temperature or the volt reading. I'm not like ripping it around a track. I don't really need to see that all the time. So I do like to keep it in technology mode, because to me it just looks cooler, but you know, that's an opinion. So the only 2 things about this car I found that I don't like is one, where I put my arm on this window. It's like this part, I forget what it's called, is really high up, So for me, a shorter person, it's a little unnatural, but I've already gotten used to it. So again, not really a huge deal. The other thing is, while the storage is like okay for what you'd normally store, I don't have a place to put my weapon. I carry a Glock 19, and there's no real like easy way to put that anywhere that fits. So my solution is going to be to get one of those catcher things that goes in between the seats, you know, like those, I don't know what they're called, whatever, they go right there. But yeah, I'm gonna get some of those, and because when I put my Glock there normally, it stays for like a few minutes, but like slowly starts sliding down. So yeah, I'm just gonna get one of those little catcher things and put it in there, and hopefully that works out. Because here's the storage, and that's what I got to work with. I don't even know if you can see that. So it's not really deep, but it's got enough room to carry, like, you know, sunglasses or whatever, I guess. I'm wearing mine right now, but I mean, that's a great armrest though, at least when it's closed. So yeah, I love this car, and it doesn't have any major downsides for me, except a lot of people will say that it's like tiny and cramped, and I get that. If you really need a lot of room or a family car, obviously you shouldn't be shopping for a Camaro. But coming from a 2000 Mustang convertible, this has way more room. It has more trunk space, it has more leg room, more headroom, like it's all around better. So when I was reading the reviews on things like its worst thing is that it's just so tiny, like that's what you're gonna knock it on, this is great. It's better than my other car in pretty much every possible way. Except I could put my Glock in my armrest holder thing there, but other than that, I see a cop up there. Uh-oh. But yeah, that's really all I got. So I guess I'll end the video here. And if you guys have any suggestions or anything you want to know about the car or learn for my next review, or things that I should test until then, please hit me up, let me know, drop a comment, message me on Instagram, whatever you guys want to do. I'll put the links for that in the description or on screen, whatever I feel like. And I don't know what's going on over there with the cops, but yeah. Anyway guys, have an awesome day, and I will catch you next time.